Hey everyone, thanks for watching today. This is Sherry. I thought it'd be nice to share my cactus collection with you as I am watering them and primping them at the same time. The moisture meter is very helpful, and most of the times it's accurate. I have a lot of grit, the Bonsai Jack mix, in my cactuses. So it's usually dry within 90 minutes to 24 hours. Some cactuses have soil in it as well mixed. You might be asking yourself, why is she watering cactus in winter? And my answer to that is, well, they're indoors. They don't know it's winter and they have lights constantly on them. I'm a firm believer that house plants are not the same as outdoor plants. Outdoor plants we know don't get rain in the desert this time of year, which is why they go dormant. But in our house, or in my house at least, I keep lights on them year round, mainly because they don't get enough sun to stay alive. So it's important for me to take care of my plants the best that I can, and based off what I've learned, it's not good for a plant in a pot that doesn't have the nutrition that the nature does, um, to not give it water. So I may find that I'm wrong, which I've been wrong plenty of times on how I've treated some of my plants. I have lost many, but I feel like that the best course of action is to keep them semi-wet, or at least water them one once every 2 weeks, or not even on a schedule. The silver torch cactuses, I've read about that you get corking going on when they're shocked and or there's something wrong. So I started watering mine because I noticed that they're just very thin but they get plenty of light or indoor light. So I started watering them this way and they started getting bushier, they started getting a little thicker, and the corking started to diminish. So I believe that what I'm doing is right for my plants. I'd be really interested to know on how you water your cactuses when they're indoor cactuses. I think outdoor cactuses in a greenhouse are completely different than houseplant cactuses like these. So share your comments, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'm not 100% on the names that I have here on my cactuses. Google helped me where I wasn't sure. So if you know that there's certain ones named differently, let me know in the comments. I'd really like to put that in my notes so I can have them recorded. I find brushing my cactuses so calming. I absolutely love my Mammillaria. She gave me beautiful flowers this year. They started blooming in November, and I was really surprised knowing that it's quote unquote winter time. But maybe that's what they're supposed to do. But again, I think every plant is different based off where it came from. That's a lot of our challenges as indoor house plant mamas and daddies is we don't know who raised them. So we have to take what we have and really do our best addressing their issues if they have any, and just doing what we can. And I absolutely love this magnifying glass, by the way. I bought this on Amazon last week, and now I can finally see all the little things on the cactuses or leaves. If you're interested in knowing which one I got, just post it in a comment and I'll send you a link. I'm not affiliated to any products, so I won't be pasting that in the description. So just hit me up in the comments if you're wanting to know. So on this Rebutia that I'm looking at, I noticed brown patches on it. A couple months ago, it was etiolated on the top, and there was no hair. Well, what I ended up doing is I took it out of the um, soil that I had it in because there was no grit mixed in with it. And what I noticed is I was getting root rot. The bottom of this Rebutia was starting to get soft. So I put it in 100% bonsai grit mix. And what I'm showing you there is, but you can't see, is the brown patches. And I will say that I ended up having to throw this plant out. Um, I noticed it was getting too mushy, um, which makes me really sad because I really liked him. He looked like he was really starting to grow because of his hair growing back on top. But sometimes those things happen. The silver torch cactus is my absolute favorite. I love it so very much. I don't know what or why it became my favorite, but when I was looking through Etsy online and I saw this cactus that was a beautiful white-headed fuzzy torch, and I had to have it. The first one I got was the little one there on the right, which was only 3 inches when I first got it, and now it's 5. Little bit from, at least from the soil. So it might be a little more down farther. I have not remeasured it outside of the dirt or grit. And then when I saw this other silver torch that I'm working on right here, I had to have it. I was absolutely obsessed. It was 8 inches advertised, and I, when I got it, I didn't measure it from top to bottom, which I wish I did, but it's now sitting at 12 inches from the top of the soil. So that means it's at least 13 and a half, maybe 14 inches long. And I emailed the nursery that sent it to me, and he said that it's most likely a mistake that they sent me one that's longer than 8 inches. And I was like, well, I would think it would have to be. I don't think that these grow that fast. Um, but we'll see. I'll do an update in a few months and see where we're at on measurements. The snowcaps here are so cute, but I will say they're my biggest challenge to keep alive. Um, Cactus. I've lost so many of them, and it's most of them have died from root rot from underwatering or overwatering. And before, when I first got them, I used soil without putting the bonsai grit mix in. And so I ended up with root rot and I lost those. And they're so small. I think that's part of the problem too. Um, and then I transferred them to 100% bonsai jack mix. And I've only lost maybe two since, but what I found was because they're completely dry so quickly, that too will also cause rot, and I've lost some from that. So, which is another reason why I know I can't just let these cactuses sit without being watered. Um, so yeah, I think that they're a lot of fun, but they're cute, but once again, hard to keep alive. At least that's what I've found. I'd be curious if anyone else have had any issues raising the snowcaps. This is another one that um, I just love. Of course, it's a columnar. Um, when I got it from the nursery, I think I don't remember measuring it right away, but um, it was approximately 8 inches, and I measured it the other day, and it's with the from the soil and up, it's 10 inches. I think that cactuses really like the bonsai jack. I, they just seem to thrive in it. Um, and he's in 100% bonsai jack, which you would know. I can link my video when I had to repot him recently, also to this. I think you all know by now, if you've listened to me or watched my videos for a while, that I'm obsessed with purple. The only reason I got the Optunias is because they were purple, or they can turn purple, and they are now purple. Uh, they're an interesting plant. I mean, they cause me zero problems whatsoever. They're very hardy. Um, I'm just not sure. You just can't touch them because, oh wow, those those little hairs. They're probably the worst of all of them. That I've been stuck with. So you have to be really careful. I was really bummed here that the camera was cutting off the tip of my silver torch. It's just absolutely stunning in the light and after I brush him. I probably brush him twice a week, both of them. Um, they're very calming. If you haven't done it, I suggest you give that a try. So this is where my babies live. I have them against the southeast window, which when the sun's out in the winter, this is when I get the most sun. The lights that I use are really, 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 really helpful. I'm absolutely in love with my plants. Um, as you can see, I don't have my tables filled up yet, but I will eventually. I'm just trying to make it slowly growing my collection so I can make sure I can handle all of them. The next upcoming video will be my split rocks that you see there. And then this is my 2 new philodendrons that I've got videos up on YouTube already, but they're doing fantastic. I'll do an update video on those as well. My new flapjack. I really appreciate you watching my videos, and if you like them and want to see more of them, hit the like button and the subscribe button so that way you get notified when I have new ones come out. And it's also encouraging for me to keep these going. Have a great day. Have a great evening. See you next time.